Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away and it's a brand new week, and I thought this week I'm going to start with a challenge. So I'm going to be doing the next 6 stages, stages 45 to 50 of the Fanhome release of build Max Verstappen's RB19 Red Bull racing car. So why is it a challenge? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but we don't have to look at any of those at the moment because if you remember in the last pack, I was actually missing stage 40. Well, I'm pleased to say I've now got stage 40. So let me quickly do that first. And I mean quickly because not much to do. Let me just give you a quick review of stage 40. You did see the magazines I showed you last pack, but we've only got 2 parts here. We've already done this part because we had them from a previous stage. In this one, all we're going to do is put this bit onto this bit here. So this was the elusive part that was missing, which is a pain. Now, if you remember, we had already created what we're creating here, like this. This is what we did in the last pack. So this is pretty much so we can do the same thing on the other side. So all we're going to do for stage 40 is put these 2 lugs into this 2 holes here, piece them together, just like that. That's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these pipes in, so I'll do this quite quick. This first one's going to go in here just like that. They just clip in. The second one's going to go underneath it, I believe into the points just here, into these 2 holes. Making sure they're in all the way. Take the radiator that we worked on in the last pack. And that's going to be going into the top here. And we want to make sure that they go into the pipes that we've just put in. Like that there. That's just clipped in. I'm going to be holding it in with A screws just for these 2 holes at the bottom. I've then got this connector block that I need to put in into the position here. So lining up the holes, push that in. There we go. That's how that fits in. I'm holding it in once again with an A screw just from the other side so that doesn't go anywhere. Just through that hole there. Now, all the tubes that we need here are in bags with numbers on. So I need tube 7 first. And I have these cooling supports here. I want the one with the hole just into the side. I am going to use some glue here. Just to put a little bit of glue on that nipple. And get this tube in. Now, the other end of this is going to go onto this middle nipple just there. So push that on. And then this is going to be going onto this bracket just there. It's going to be held in with a screw just from the other side, which is a G screw. Perfect. So that's that one in place. Now, I need tubes 1. There's 2 tubes in this one, in pack 1. Now they're going to be going onto the 2 pins just here and here. So once again, now we want these to go through the holes into this bracket here. Now we've got holes right next to the wall here, so I'm going to be threading them through there. As you can see, so we've got one here and one just above it there. Perfect. And these are going to go into the 2 nipples. Again, I'm going to put some glue on these. Move them out of the way. Down here. So I've got one there, one there. And I'm just going to take some of the slack just off them a little bit like that. Now I need tube 8, which is in the bag. That's going to be going onto that nipple just at the back there. Through the hole in here. I believe there's one more hole left here. This one's going to be attaching to the nipple on the very far side, the very furthest nipple that we've got. So that one's into place there. I've got another connector here for 2 cables. So I've got a big cable, cable 9, and a smaller cable, which is cable 2. And it's not too hard to see what nipple these ones go on because the lugs are different sizes. That's perfect. Now this is going into the slot that we've got at the back here. Now this thicker cable here will run alongside all the other cables along the side here, but it is actually going to be going into the end just here. It's going to take some wiggling to get it into this silver nipple, I think. Oh no, there we go. We got that one in. Perfect. And the smaller one we've got, again, going with all of these other cables here, is just going to go into the smaller nipple that we've got just here. So with all of those pipes in, that's how that should look. Now, in pack 10, I've got 4 left, 4 of these tubes. And these are going to go into the positions here. We've got 4 nipples on that side there, which are going to go into these 4 points just here. So I'll put these all in. These are all exactly the same lengths. And there you go. They're all into place. And that's all there is to do in that stage. So that means I'm now ready to get on with this collection here. Now, first off, we did get a free gift, which is absolutely awesome. I'm not opening it because this is for one of my viewers, Dave Phillips, who I'm building this for. Check this out, David. Got a Red Bull racing cap here. Really cool. So I'm going to keep that in the bag and I will send that on to you. So that's all cool. Let me put that down there and keep that safe. Let me show you something. I know we were missing a stage last week, but as you can see here now, I've got issue 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 and 50 to do. So I can show you all the magazines. Now, the trouble is, once again, I've got issue 45. I've got no issue 46. 47, 50, 48 and 49. So we're going to try and go on without doing 46. I believe 46 has been ordered, but second problem, this is third in a row? I don't know. So the challenge today is then, how far can we get? So this is stage 45, and here is the instructions. And you can see we've got these pieces here that we're going to be creating first, and putting these together. So it's a little bit of the hub. So that's looking like that. Get this open, and I'll take all of these parts out. Now at the end of the build, I am going to show you all of the things that we have been working on at the moment. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to be taking the hub support here and the inner part of the hub, and we're going to be piecing both of these parts together. So this is basically just going to be going in here like this. So it comes out the other side. And then holding this way, probably best to the top camera, I want this to go on top. We need to make sure this is in the right way. So this little keyhole pattern here is pointing towards the left. This is going to go on just like that here. And I'm holding it in with B screws. These are metal. So I've put it in a little bit of oil. One there. And one in this side. Perfect. All I'm going to do then is put this left arm support into here. It can only go one way round because there's an indented side. Just like that. And that's going to be held in from the other side with I screws. So get this in here. One there. And one this side. And then once again, making sure this is the right way round. I need this part that we worked on in the last pack, and I'm going to be putting these together. So you'll want it to fit just like that. If I show you from the top camera, and this is what it looks like from the other side. Excellent. Holding this together with A screws. So I want one screw in here. And one just in the other side here. And with that done, that's all there is to do in that stage. So let's have a look at stage 46, even though I can't do it. This is the instructions. And we've just got these 2 parts here, which are basically going to be going into the back of what we've just created there, into these slots here. So we can't do that. So hopefully that will come in the next pack. But that is how it's meant to have been looking. Is this going to cause us a problem when we're doing stage 47? Let's have a look. This is stage 47. And oh, centerfold there, look at that. Nice. Okay, we've got these 2 parts here. Now we're going to start putting these on. I think I can do that. So that's looking like that there. I'm hoping so. Although mine's not going to look like this at all. I can see that I can do this, and then I'm going to have to take it all apart again just to get those bits in that I haven't put in. But we will see. It's amazing how one missing stage can throw everything out. So what we're going to do is take this metal suspension arm. On this side, this is going to be going into the top like that there. It's actually held in with one of these S screws here. Just from the top. And then this part here has got a couple of locating lugs that we can put in. So one here and one here. So that's going to fit in like that. And that's going to be fitting in with an R screw just from the other side. At the moment, I don't think this is going to impede anything from the missing parts. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Let me get this screw in. There we go. That's in place there. Because the missing parts which are going in here, I can still access from this side. So I can't see that being an issue. But, well, we'll see. But that's all there is to do in that stage. So, here is stage 48. Can we continue? If we got to mount this to the car, I think that's where we're going to have to stop. Another centerfold there. We've got the rear left suspension here again, which we're putting over the top. Hardly anything to do in that stage, so this is going to be a quick one. As a matter of fact, looking at what's in the last packs, there's hardly anything. So these are going to be ultra quick stages. Now, there is a good chance I've got to take this off afterwards, but we're going to see how we get on. I'm making sure I'm not gluing anything, that's for sure. What I want to do though is just put these two lugs on this side through the holes at the top here. Just like this. I'm going to push them down into place. There you go. So that's in like that. We do have this part left over, but we're not actually using that in this stage. That was a quick stage, wasn't it? So stage 49. Here's the instructions. And this time we've got, again, some more parts of the rear left suspension that we're putting in just like this. Again, not a lot to do in this one. I'm actually quietly confident now that the missing parts that we've had aren't really going to cause us much of an issue. So, well, we will see. So, going to be making this brake disc now. So I've got this metal section here, which I'm going to be wrapping all the way around the side. I've slotted it in there just like that. Get this all the way round. And then with the final section here, I'm going to slot that in the other side to make sure it's all tight. And then to hold that in, I'm just going to bend that metal back on itself. That's going to keep that into place, as you can see. Excellent. All we're going to do then, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to the way round this goes. Just checking. No. Putting this together. Pushing all the lugs into place. And there we go. We've made a disc. Okay, with this disc, what we're doing, going to put this on here. So I'm going to want it this way round. And you do want that to fit flush on there. So that's nice and flat all the way around there, as you can see. All the way down. So this flat side is now up. And then that hub that we had here is just going to be going into the 4 holes that we've got on this side like this, just to hold that into place. That's all there is to do in that stage. So this was an ultra quick pack because this is the last stage of the pack. Another centerfold there, Max Verstappen. And we've got the rear left suspension again, although this is the brake caliper by the look of it. But we're just going to be putting into place, and we don't even put this bit in. So this is going to be a very quick stage as well. So I am glad I did this because I think that didn't hold us up at all, that missing stage. And I think I can put the parts in again, no problems at all as well. Obviously, we're not using that piece there, so I want to keep that safe. But with the caliper that I've got here, all I'm going to do is push this into the holes on each side. This caliper is metal, just like this. And eventually, there we go, we'll have these other 2 parts in as well. But that's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So obviously, we finished this today. This is what the front end of the car is looking like. And I'm just going in randomly to the box here to pick out all the stuff that we built so far. Here is the engine. Here is the other one of this side that we did. here's the nose cone. We've got what we built today, looking like that. We've got the metal halo, and then finally we've got the cockpit surround here as well. But that's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So we took 2 steps forward and we've still taken 1 step back, but I think actually fitting that missing stage isn't going to take too long in the next pack. But I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.